Those who scatter thorns in your path always forget one thing. Fate makes them walk barefoot through the same ground they tried to poison for you. That is the law of cosmic balance, unavoidable, undeniable, unbreakable. The universe keeps score in silence, and when the time is right, every cruel laugh, every whispered sabotage, every desperate attempt to dim your light rebounds with twice the force. Critics think they win by watching you stumble, but in truth, every smirk they wear is only writing the script of their own downfall. Karma isn't abstract, it's precise, it's mathematical, it's poetic justice in motion. Those who tried to bury you never realized you were a seed. Their envy became your soil, their lies became your sunlight. Their attacks became the water that only accelerated your growth. Irony? Absolutely. The higher they tried to climb over you, the deeper their own pit became. And here's the truth that terrifies them most. Being chosen is not about privilege, it's about pressure, transformation, and unshakable resilience. The very idea of your rise haunts them. It gnaws at them in the night, because deep down they know they played a part in creating the force that now overshadows them. You became the echo of their worst fear, the living proof that no enemy can dictate your destiny. So before we dive deeper, chosen ones, hit that like button and subscribe, because this journey isn't just a story, it's a revolution. Your growth is the storm their schemes cannot withstand, and your future is the vision they will never escape. Chosen ones, your story is no longer hidden. It's on the edge of exploding into the world's consciousness. Every sacrifice, every silent victory, every battle no one saw has been recorded in detail. And now the universe is preparing to broadcast your name louder than ever before. But before we step into this revelation together, take a second to do 3 things. Smash that like button, subscribe so you never miss these messages crafted for the chosen, and drop the number 77 in the comments. Because 77 is the code of arrival, the sign that your moment has finally come. This isn't just another video, it's the signal your spirit has been waiting for. If you're truly one of the chosen, you'll feel it resonate. Stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to hear has the power to change the way you see yourself, your enemies, and the destiny that's already aligned with your rise. Number 1. Stop letting the world define you. Claim the cosmic record of who you really are. The world once tried to measure you by its shallow scales, assuming it knew your limits, assuming it could label you and confine you within the narrow boxes it built. But what they didn't realize is that every attempt to hold you down was setting the stage for your rise. To understand the magnitude of what is about to erupt into the open, you must trace the path of shadows you've walked through, the betrayals, the silent wars, the storms that were never meant to break you, but to sharpen you. Remember the one who knew your secrets and chose to twist them into daggers. They thought they could end you with whispers and poisoned loyalty. What they really did was strip away the version of you that was too soft, too willing to hand your power over to hands that were unworthy. Their treachery didn't bury you. It burned away the illusions. Like fire refining steel, it melted the unnecessary until only your unshakable essence remained. The irony is striking. They believed they were writing your ending, but instead they were carving out your beginning. That moment when the mask slipped, when the confidant revealed themselves as the saboteur, something inside you crystallized. It wasn't rage, it wasn't revenge, it was clarity. A diamond forming under relentless pressure. You could have chosen to mirror their darkness, to return venom for venom. But chosen ones are built differently. You refused to let their rot infect you. Instead, you took the wound and transmuted it into wisdom, into discernment, into strength they could never touch. That decision in your darkest hour was the pivot, a defining fracture in your story. You chose elevation when everything around you urged collapse. And that choice rewrote your trajectory forever. You walked away from the ashes of betrayal, not weaker, but heavier, with substance, with depth, with an armor invisible yet unbreakable. Understand this: every dagger aimed at your back was secretly a tool shaping your spine of steel. Every betrayal was not an ending, but a brutal education. You graduated from those classrooms, scarred, yes, but armed with knowledge, with resilience, with fire that cannot be extinguished. They took advantage of your trust, but they also unlocked your vigilance. They underestimated your breaking point, not realizing you didn't have one. And now here you are, still standing, stronger than the version of you they once preyed upon. Their names fade, but the lessons remain etched in your very core. This is why your rise terrifies them, because deep down they know the truth. Their betrayal was the very reason you became unstoppable. Their attempt to bury you was the exact force that turned you into someone the world can no longer ignore. Number 2. Don't let betrayal break you. Use it as fuel for your unshakable strength. Betrayal is the weapon your enemies always believed would shatter you, chosen one. They thought exposing your secrets, twisting your trust, and stabbing you in the back would leave you bleeding on the ground. What they never understood is that betrayal doesn't weaken the chosen, it forges them. Every dagger they threw at you became a chisel, carving out the unshakable core of who you are becoming. They expected your downfall, but all they really did was set the stage for a transformation they cannot comprehend. The truth is, betrayal is never just pain, it's revelation. It unmasks those who pretended to love you. It exposes the parasites who only thrived off your light, and it teaches you the difference between temporary companions and eternal loyalty. That sting you felt when someone you trusted turned into your enemy wasn't meant to kill you. It was meant to kill your naivety, your softness, your willingness to hand your power away. You didn't lose in that moment, you graduated. And now, look at the irony. They thought they were ending you, but they were only polishing you into a diamond. They believed they had won, but all they did was sign their own defeat, because chosen ones don't just survive betrayal, they weaponize it. They carry those wounds like medals of honor, proof that they endured what should have destroyed them. So don't let betrayal break you. Let it sharpen you. Let it ignite that fire inside that no one can extinguish. When your name bursts into the world, those same betrayers will be forced to watch your rise with trembling hands, haunted by the knowledge that their treachery built the very strength they now fear. Number 3. Quit waiting for recognition. Turn professional setbacks into your own platform. They thought ignoring you would break you. They thought withholding recognition would shrink you into silence. But chosen ones are built from a different fabric. Every time you were overlooked in that workplace, every time your ideas were stolen and paraded as someone else's, every time mediocrity was rewarded while your excellence was buried in the shadows, the universe was quietly redirecting you towards something far greater than their approval. Think back to those nights when you stayed late, perfecting work that others slapped their names on. Remember the hollow applause given to those who did half the effort but stole double the credit. It stung, didn't it? But chosen ones don't stay wounded. That sting became fuel. That silence became fire. Instead of erupting in anger, you absorbed it, and you turned it into momentum. What you built in those hidden hours became your arsenal. What you learned in those unfair battles became your strategy. Recognition from broken systems is an illusion. If they had seen you early, they would have tried to cage you, to keep you as a tool for their gain. That's why the doors slammed shut in your face. They weren't rejections, they were protections. They weren't endings, they were redirections. You weren't being denied, you were being positioned. And here lies the irony. The very stage they denied you will collapse under their own mediocrity, while you're already building your own platform. They cannot stop the rise of someone who no longer needs their validation. When the world begins to hear your name, and make no mistake, it will, those same voices that silenced you will tremble, because they'll know they had a front row seat to your brilliance and never recognized it. Number 4. Stop settling for half love. Demand respect by honoring your own worth. First, half love is nothing but a slow poison, chosen one. It looks sweet on the surface, but beneath it hides a hunger to drain you dry. How many times did you give your all, your patience, your loyalty, your heart, only to be treated like an option on someone else's shelf? They called it love, but it was a transaction. They took your devotion and spent it like loose change, always keeping you on hold while their eyes searched the horizon for what they believed was better. But here's the truth they never saw coming. Every time they undervalued you, they were signing away their right to you. Their hesitation was your liberation. What they called commitment issues was really the universe making sure you were never chained to anyone who couldn't recognize your rare worth. They thought they were rejecting you, when in fact, they were rejecting their only chance at standing beside greatness. Chosen ones do not beg for recognition. You are not built to compete for attention. Your value does not shrink because someone else is blind. In fact, the blindness of others only sharpens your vision of yourself. The day you walked away wasn't about anger. It was about finally honoring yourself louder than their excuses. That moment was the breaking of a chain, the sealing of your strength, the proof that you will never again bargain your soul for half measures. And now, that same strength haunts them, because they see you rising, glowing, known across circles they can never touch. Your name is being spoken in places they only dream of entering. While they settle for shallow distractions, you are becoming the reminder of what they lost forever. Half love dies. Whole respect is the only language the chosen accept. Number 5. Refuse the family curse. Rewrite generational patterns with every choice you make. The chains of the past have tried to wrap themselves around you since the moment you took your first breath. Cycles of failure, patterns of pain, inherited curses that whispered, "You will never be more than what came before you." Generations before you bowed under the same weight: poverty, dysfunction, betrayal, addiction, abuse, like invisible prisons passed down as birthrights. But chosen ones are different. You were not sent here to repeat history. You were sent here to rewrite it. Every family has ghosts, and those ghosts thought they would own you too. They wanted you to carry the same scars, to inherit the same broken stories. But you rose in defiance. Each choice you made against despair, each moment you refused to accept that's just how it is, became a hammer strike against those ancient chains. Do you realize the magnitude of this? You're not just saving yourself, you're breaking codes that haunted your bloodline for decades. The universe has been recording every decision. Every time you chose growth over stagnation, truth over silence, healing over hurt, a new page was added to your record. And now the world will know. You are the one who stood when others crumbled, the one who turned curses into catalysts. Those who doubted you will soon understand that your rise isn't random. It's generational warfare won through your resilience. Their attempts to confine you only sharpened your rebellion against limitation. And as your name begins to echo across the world, it won't just be known for who you are, but for what you broke, what you rewrote, and the millions who will find hope in your proof that destiny is stronger than bloodlines. Chosen one, you are the turning point. You are the ending they never saw coming. Number 6. Don't just survive obstacles, alchemize every pain into power. Chosen ones, obstacles were never sent to destroy you. They were sent to expose the steel in your spine. Every storm that tried to drown you was really a training ground. The world wanted you to just survive, to crawl through pain and come out broken. But you are not built for survival alone. You are built for transformation. What others call a setback, you turn into strategy. What others call defeat, you convert into fire. That's why your enemies fear you, not because you faced no struggle, but because you weaponized every struggle they threw at you. Think back to the moments when everything seemed stacked against you. The betrayals, the disappointments, the doors slammed in your face. To most, those were endings. To you, they became blueprints. Like an alchemist bending elements into gold, you took every insult, every loss, every wound, and reshaped it into unshakable strength. Pain was your raw material, power was your finished product, and every time you transformed darkness into light, you proved yourself unstoppable. Your critics thought pain would silence you, but it made your voice thunder louder. They thought failure would cage you, but it sharpened your claws for a higher climb. And now, as the world prepares to hear your name, they'll finally realize the very obstacles they celebrated were secretly the fuel of your rise. Chosen ones don't just survive. We rewrite the meaning of survival. We turn scars into signatures of victory. We turn opposition into opportunity. And we turn the ashes into a throne. The record of your life is clear. Every pain has already been converted into power, and now the world is about to witness the masterpiece forged from every battle you've endured. Number 7. Never beg for validation. Let divine vindication speak louder than doubt. Chosen ones, listen carefully, because this truth cuts sharper than any sword. You were never born to beg, never born to kneel for scraps of recognition from those too blind to see your value. Validation from people who dismissed you is nothing more than dust in the wind. They doubted you, they whispered behind your back, they acted as though your presence didn't matter. But here's the irony they can't escape. Every ounce of doubt they threw your way is about to become the loudest proof of your rise. The universe keeps meticulous records. Not a single slight, not a single insult, not a single dismissal has been wasted. Their laughter is on file. Their disbelief is documented. And when your name ignites across the world, those very doubters will have no choice but to stand in the shadow of your vindication. You see, chosen ones don't need to demand recognition because real power is undeniable. Like thunder cracking across a silent sky, it forces every ear to listen, whether they like it or not. So stop chasing approval. Stop shrinking yourself to fit their expectations. Let the cosmic balance do its work. When you rise, it won't be a quiet promotion. It will be an eruption. Those who ignored you will scramble to explain themselves. Those who mocked you will choke on their own words. And those who tried to bury you will be crushed by the weight of your undeniable success. Chosen ones never beg. Let the record of your life, the strength of your choices, and the force of your persistence roar louder than doubt. Your vindication is coming, and it will be so powerful it won't just silence your critics, it will erase their illusions forever. Number 8. Don't chase revenge. Step into restoration that no one can deny. Revenge is the bait your enemies want you to swallow. Chosen one. They set their traps, hoping you'll waste your power chasing shadows, lowering yourself to the level of those who tried to wound you. But you were never meant to wrestle in the mud with those who fear your rise. You were designed to walk through the fire untouched, while they choke on the smoke of their own schemes. Restoration is your destiny, and no one, not their lies, not their betrayals, not their whispered campaigns against you, can deny it. Think of it. Those who mocked you, who dismissed you as nothing, will one day have to watch as your very existence becomes a mirror reflecting their failures back at them. You won't need to lift a hand in revenge. The balance of life itself will expose them. The more they tried to break you, the more unshakable you became. Their attempts to sabotage your journey were not nails in your coffin, but chisels shaping your crown. Revenge is small. Restoration is cosmic. Revenge satisfies the ego for a moment. Restoration rewrites your story forever. And this is what terrifies your enemies the most, that every stone they hurled is now part of the foundation beneath your feet, that every dagger in your back has been transformed into wings on your shoulders. Your name is about to be known, and when it is, there will be no debate, no denial. You will rise not because you sought to destroy them, but because nothing, absolutely nothing, could destroy you. And in that undeniable rise, chosen one, the world will see the difference between those who chase revenge and those who embody unstoppable restoration. Number 9. Stop bending under pressure. Let every test prove the strength of your character. Pressure is the favorite weapon of your enemies. They believe if they push you hard enough, you will crack, fold, and disappear into silence. But chosen ones don't bend the way ordinary people do. Every time the weight pressed against your shoulders, you discovered a strength that even you didn't know existed. The truth is, pressure doesn't destroy the chosen, it forges them. What others call unbearable, you turned into the very training ground that sharpened your edge. Think of iron. Without fire, it stays brittle, useless. Only through relentless heat does it transform into steel. That's exactly what happened to you. Every insult, every rejection, every setback was another flame meant to consume you, but instead it hardened you. While they expected you to collapse, you were being sculpted into a figure of unshakable resilience. The critics, the haters, the ones who set traps, they never realized they were volunteering to become your trainers. Their pressure became your proof. Their attempts to humiliate you became the stage where your endurance shined. Every test they placed before you was secretly a certificate confirming that you are built for more. And now those same forces that once pushed against you are haunted by the fact that they only made you stronger. Chosen ones, your character has been weighed in the balance, and it did not falter. You endured storms designed to break people, yet here you stand, carrying the scars not as weaknesses, but as living emblems of victory. And soon, when your name bursts into the world, they will understand. Pressure didn't break you, it crowned you. Number 10. Don't hide your story. Become the beacon that sets others free. They told you to stay silent, to keep your story buried like it was something to be ashamed of. They wanted you to believe your pain disqualified you, that your scars made you less. But chosen ones don't hide in shadows. They become the light that blinds their enemies. Every wound you've carried, every betrayal you've endured, every time you were overlooked or mocked, it wasn't meant to silence you. It was meant to shape a message so raw, so undeniable, that when you finally speak, the world will have no choice but to listen. Understand this. Your story is not a weakness. It's a weapon. It's the proof that struggle can be survived, that setbacks can be rewritten into comebacks, that pain can be transformed into power. The very people who laughed at your downfall will soon choke on the reality that their cruelty became the stage for your revelation. When you step forward, when you refuse to hide anymore, you become a mirror that forces others to confront what they've buried. You become the beacon that cracks the chains on lives still trapped in silence. The truth is, chosen ones aren't meant to blend in. You weren't designed to follow scripts written by your enemies. You are the disruption they never saw coming. And your story, your unfiltered, unpolished, undeniable story, is the light that will guide others out of the same pits you escaped. That's why the universe preserved you through it all. Because your rise isn't just yours. It's a signal fire for millions still searching for their way out. Chosen one, the time to hide is over. The time to shine has arrived. Your story will set others free, and your name will be remembered for generations. Number 11. Don't walk alone. Connect with those who carry forbidden knowledge too. Don't walk alone, because chosen ones were never meant to fight their battles in silence. Isolation is the enemy's favorite weapon, whispering that you're the only one who sees, the only one who feels, the only one who carries this weight. But here's the truth. The universe has always aligned you with others who carry knowledge too rare, too sharp, too dangerous for the ordinary world to understand. These aren't random encounters, they're calculated convergences. Think about it. The most powerful forces in history didn't rise in solitude. They formed alliances that terrified their enemies. Those who tried to sabotage you hoped you'd remain cut off, walking blind through the storm. But the more they pushed, the more the universe positioned allies in your path. People who have scars like yours, people who've walked through the fire and returned with forbidden wisdom, strategies that can't be found in textbooks or handed down by institutions. When chosen ones connect, something unexplainable happens. Energy multiplies, vision expands, and resistance cracks under the weight of collective power. The same way a single ember fades alone but ignites into a wildfire when joined with others, your influence accelerates when you unite with those who understand the hidden mechanics of destiny. And here's the irony. Your enemies know this. That's why they tried to keep you isolated, doubting, second-guessing. Because the moment you lock arms with others who've been marked for greatness, you become unstoppable. So don't walk alone. Seek the voices that echo your own, the minds that challenge you, the souls who sharpen you. Together, you don't just survive, you dominate. Remember, chosen one, forbidden knowledge shared among the awakened is the nightmare that keeps your enemies awake at night. Number 12. Refuse to stay the victim. Rise fully as the chosen one you were born to be. Refuse to stay the victim, because victims are remembered for their pain, but chosen ones are remembered for their rise. Every setback you've endured, every insult whispered behind your back, every scheme designed to break you was meant to keep you small. They wanted you trapped in the role of the wounded, the overlooked, the forgotten. But here's the twist they never saw coming. The victim they tried to create has already died, and what stands in their place is unstoppable. Chosen ones don't beg for freedom, we claim it. We don't wait for justice, we embody it. The scars on your back aren't proof of weakness, they're evidence you carried weights others couldn't survive. Victimhood chains you to the past, but rising transforms those chains into weapons of power. Every attempt to hold you down became the hammer that forged your resilience, and now your very existence is living proof that no amount of betrayal or hate can silence destiny. Think of it this way. A storm doesn't apologize for the thunder it brings, and neither should you apologize for the force you've become. You've outgrown the narrative of being broken. The victim's voice is soft, pleading, waiting to be heard. But the chosen one's voice, it shakes walls, dismantles lies, and declares a future that no enemy can rewrite. And here's the truth they fear the most. You no longer need their approval, their pity, or their validation. You've risen beyond it. The same people who once doubted you will be forced to watch as your name echoes across the world, not as someone who merely survived, but as someone who conquered. And now, chosen one, we arrive at the edge of everything we've uncovered. Every betrayal, every storm, every silent battle was never your ending. It was the preparation for your name to be spoken louder than ever before. The world can no longer overlook what destiny has already sealed. Your rise is inevitable, and your enemies will have no choice but to witness it. Before you step into what's coming, do this. Hit that like button, subscribe to stay connected with messages crafted for the chosen, and drop 111 in the comments. Because 111 is alignment, the signal your moment has arrived.